Okay, boys and girls, so today we are going to be making a mandala using shells. Now, I have to tell you, I'm a little sensitive about the shell situation because I spent quite a bit of time sorting them. Every table has exactly the shells that you are going to need for your mandala. I'm not even joking when I say you may not lose a shell and you may not trade a shell. The shells that are at your table are your shells, and they should not be traded with anybody else. If I sound a little sensitive about that, it's because I am. Just keep the shells at your station because you're going to love what you have. Now, every single time when you sit down, you are going to be first sorting. You'll probably start to try and find the ones that are similar and then just set them aside. You're going to look for ones that are similar in size and shape. So like here, these are different than these. And these are different too. So the first thing that you're going to do is sort all your shells. You can put them in little groupings on your table. The ones that are very breakable, that you really do need to handle very carefully, are the sea urchins. These are very brittle. You're going to want to be very gentle with these. They're beautiful. That's why I wanted you to be able to have them. And then also, if you have any of these little baby sea stars, these guys, oh my goodness, with my big fingers, it's so hard for me to hold them sometimes. I think with your fingers, you're going to do a lot better. But the rest of the shells are pretty sturdy. But the sea urchin and these, you have to be a little mindful of being careful. Now, once you have sorted your shells, then you are going to begin here. Now notice, this is going to be the center of the mandala. And then from there, these are the guidelines that are going to keep it so that you end up with something like this or something like this, where it's very symmetrical. Well, it's actually called radial symmetry, that it's going to be symmetrical within a circle. Now, the cool thing about this is that when you're finished, I set this up that this can be slid out at the very end. So all you'll see is this green and your shells. This is just under here for you to be able to keep it all nice. Very tricky. So what you're going to do is you are first going to sort your shells, and then you're going to figure out what kind of arrangement you would like to make. Now, if I decide that I'm going to use this and have this going towards the center, and I'll just zoom in on that part first, then obviously I'm not going to go and put this shell with it. No. I'm going to find the ones that match it. So I'm going to go ba-da-ding, ga-ding. And so I'm just setting these here, trying to get them to line up. And you should, because I sorted them, have the amount you need. If it turns out that something is missing, then you can come and talk to me. But hopefully, if no one has messed with the shell collection, you're going to be just fine. So I have 6 right there. So now I got these big old sea urchins. These are pretty cool. So maybe I could go ahead, and I only have 3. So maybe I would put 1 here. And now the question is, where do you go with the other 2? I'm not going to put them here because then it would not be symmetrical. It would not be have radial symmetry. What I'm noticing is that I have this bing, 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 bing. So what I can do is do this. Now I'm using every other line has a sea urchin. You're going to notice that 3s, 6, 9, all those numbers are going to be happy little numbers for you. Well, now I'm going to go in and try and find something else. These are kind of cool. These are actually in real life. These on a sea urchin come out like this, these little spines. So maybe I would go and put one of those in between here. This is where some of you are going to find that you're really good at placing things down carefully, and some of you are going to be like, ooh, that is a little bit difficult. So, like I said, you guys have such cute little fingers. I think you're going to do much better than me. But it could be that you and your partner, whoever you're working with, some of you will find that you're better at placing things without knocking everything else out of place. And some of you are like, you know what? I think I'm good at passing the shells, not placing them. We'll also have a little pointer for you. So if you have to get into a tight space, you can. So I'm just continuing here using these little sea urchin guys here to kind of make a pattern. And you're going to have your entire time to be able to work on this. So I'm going to continue working and oh, I can't even stop. I'm going to continue working and then I'll show you what I'm up to.